Okay, for this practice quiz on lesson 23, I'm going to read the questions and I want you to solve it. And then I want you to hit play and see if you got the answer right, okay? I will read them and then hit pause. You solve it, hit play again, see if you got it right. Check your work. Number 1, which pairs of equivalent fractions can be shown on the number lines below? Choose all the correct answers. Okay, A is 1/3 equal to 1/6. B is 3/3 equal to 5/6. C is 2/3 equal to 4/6. D is 1/4 equal to 3/8. And E is 1/3 equal to 2/6. Okay, your only hint is going to be figure out what numbers go on each of these number lines first. This one has 3 spaces, so we're talking about thirds. And I can probably put thirds right there. Okay, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 is equal to 1. Okay, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces, so we're talking about sixths. Put that on the bottom. And then number them, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6. Once you have your number line ready, okay, go ahead, hit pause, and then figure out which fractions are equivalent. Okay, circle the answers and hit play and see if you got it right. Okay, you're back. I see that these fractions line up. I see that these fractions line up. And I see that these fractions line up. And we didn't do zeros, and there's no zeros down here. Okay, so 1/3 is equal to 2/6. Do I see that anywhere? 1/3 is equal to 1/6. Well, 1/3 and 1/6 are here. That cannot be true. Okay, 2/3 is equal to 4/6. 2/3 is equal to 4/6 right here. Yeah, this is true. 1/3 is equal to 2/6. 1/3 is equal to 2/6. That's right here. That's true. 3/3 is equal to 5/6. Well, here's 3/3 and 6/6. No, 5/6 is here. That's not true. And 1/4 is equal to 3/8. So 1/4, we don't even have fourths on here. That's not, and it's not true anyway. Okay. The other way to do this would be to cross multiply. Look, 3 times 1 is 3. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 is not equal to 3. It's not that one. 3 times 4 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 is equal to 12. We were right. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 is equal to 6. Yeah, we were right. 3 times 5 is 15. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 is not equal to 15. Yeah, that's not one of them. 4 times 3 is 12. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 is not equal to 12. Yep, that wasn't it. I think cross multiply is even easier than that, but they gave us the model. Okay, go to number 2. Jane draws this model to show a fraction equivalent to 8 wholes. So these are 8 mini pieces of candy bars. They're 8 minis, okay, but they're 8 whole minis. These are 8 wholes. This is not one candy bar. You can see they are separated. They're not equal. They're not one together divided into 8. They're 8 separate candy bars. Now we got to write the fraction, okay? Go ahead, write the equivalent fraction to 8 wholes. Well, hit pause, and then I'll give you the answer. All right, now you're back. So this is one candy bar, 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 this is one candy bar. Each candy bar is one whole piece, so that number is on the bottom. Each piece is a whole. How many pieces in the whole thing? How many pieces in that whole thing? 1. How many pieces in this whole thing? 1. Okay, so I've got 1 whole, 2 wholes, 3 wholes, 4 wholes, 5 wholes, 6 wholes, 7 wholes, 8 wholes. So if I were to say write the number 8 as a fraction, it would be equal to 8 wholes. So write the equivalent fraction, write your answer in the blank, 8 wholes. Okay, go to number 3. This candy bar is one candy bar. You can see that these were separate pieces, but these pieces are together. So this is one whole candy bar divided into 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 pieces. Steve says that the model below shows 6 over 1, 6 wholes. Oscar says that the model shows 6, 6. Well, is it 6 out of 6 pieces that are shaded or 6 separate pieces that are shaded? Okay, we already said these were separate pieces, okay, and it was 8 over 1, and we said this was 6 pieces together, 6 out of 6. This is 1 6, okay, and then 1 6, 1 6, 1 6, 1 6, 1 6. So 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6, 6 6. Ah, Oscar is right. So which sentence explains who is right? Well, we know that Oscar is right. So we can cross out anyone that says Steve is right. We're going to keep that Oscar's right. But in this case, Steve is correct, is gone. And we have Oscar right here. Now, were they both right? No, only Oscar was right, so both can't be right. And we said one was right, so it's neither. That's not, they were both wrong, that would be neither. So Oscar is correct because the model shows 1 whole and 6 out of 6 is equal to 1. That makes sense. Okay. All right, now be careful though on the quiz because it doesn't mean that Oscar is going to be right on the quiz. Oscar could be wrong on the quiz, or maybe Steve is right on the quiz. So you got to really be careful of who is right on the actual quiz in a moment. Okay, number 4. Explain how to draw a point on the number line at the fraction equivalent to 2/3. Okay, how do I figure out on this number line a fraction that is equivalent to 2/3? You got to explain it in words. Let's do this part together, and then I'll have you do B on your own. Okay, so you're going to explain the process that I'm going to do. So number 1, let's draw number 1. Make a number line above it. Same length. Okay, I made a same length number line. Put a 0 and a 1. So step 1, make a number line above it. Step 2, okay, we have to divide this number line into a different fraction, okay? Well, it's thirds, so we got to divide this into thirds. That's 3 pieces. So we find the middle, right? You go a little to the left, a little to the right. Try to make my pieces the same size tonight, and we'll write 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, right? Okay. So the second step was divide it into thirds. Divide it into thirds. Step 3, see which ones line up. Okay, these line up, these line up, these line up. 2/3 is equal to 4/6. Okay. Step 3, see what lines up. There were 3 steps. Number 1, make a number line above it. 2, divide it into thirds because they asked for thirds. 3, see what lines up. I circled them, and I see 2/3 lined up with 4/6. So, part B, answer it. Which fraction on the number line in part A is equivalent to 2/3? Write your answer here. Well, you probably already wrote it, but what did we find out? 2/3 is equal to 4/6. So 2/3 is equal to 4, 6. Okay, there we go. Now, when you are done with this, you can go get the actual quiz from Mrs. Vanderwood or whoever else is subbing today. It was supposed to be Mrs. Vanderwood. And you can do the quiz. Make sure your name is on it and goes in the basket. This practice quiz is a did to get her. And you're going to take this one home and turn the actual quiz in the basket up front. Thanks.